Welcome back to the Who's at the Gates podcast. I, of course, on this lovely Sunday morning, am Casey Phoenix, and I have with me the prophetic, the intuitive, the one where if there's ever a drought, she'll always have water available. My co-host, Diana.
You are so clever. Y'all, I spilled a cup of water.
Her cup runneth over.
My cup runneth over. Don't say prosthetic, because I'll tell you later, but I had like the weirdest dream, and I don't want to manifest things. But yeah, be careful. Just be careful around me, y'all.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. We have the scenes laid out, and I will say before we start, this episode was better than the previous episode, the Thursday's episode or whatever, because like I said, and even some people are saying in the comments on our channel, on our YouTube channel, like, yeah, they've been doing the most on some of these, like, where can we pick this up? Can we stop the bait and switch? This one was better. It gave us some of the things we needed. Diana, did you have anything before I press play?
Yeah, I mean, I think it had like a lot of good confrontations. I think this episode hopefully means like things are going to be moving along next week, but like, you know, I agree with the comments too, right? Like, this show has been dragging.
Yeah, but now it picked up just a little bit, and we'll see where this goes. And kudos to Ted for finally standing up for himself. Here we go.
I mean, I'm sure Ted will do whatever he can to help you. Ted is the most easygoing man that I know.
You know, Dana, considering you almost behaved like a human being while Eva was in the hospital, I sincerely thought we'd turned a corner.
What are you even talking about?
You know damn well what I'm talking about. I am not here to play house or duck and dodge your insistent come-ons. Period. I am here to check on my daughter. I'm in a committed relationship with Shanice, and it's damn well time you respected that.
Okay, what is going on out here? My head barely hit the pillow before I heard yelling.
Nothing, baby. Your father's just being melodramatic because I got a little flirty.
A little flirty. Jessica freaking Rabbit was more subtle. I'm sorry to disturb you, Eva. Please try and get some rest, okay?
What the hell, Mama?
Yeah, Ted finally, I think this is what everyone was hoping for him, that like, and I'm sure people were like, well, why didn't he have this energy at the beginning with her? Why has he been like this for almost 2 years now with Leslie? And all I can say is better late than never. But also what I can say is Ted still wants Leslie. I don't care what anybody says. Ted is still physically, because again, you don't have to like somebody. Because I've dealt with some crazy people where I was still physically attracted to them. So you don't have to like the person, but you can still be physically attracted to the person. And I don't care what anybody says. Ted is still physically attracted to Leslie. I said what I said. You got it down.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just all for show. Like, I mean, the scene was like amusing, but you know, both of them, because we're not going to show this part, I think, but you know, Eva basically kicks Leslie out, and I'm like, okay, well, this is gonna last 10 seconds, because he could see the guilt on her face, right? Like, she didn't want to do that, and that's the thing, right? She's always gonna be tied to that woman. She's never gonna atone. You know, it's not like if she was really serious about like not having her mom in her life or something, she would do the right thing and say like, hey, we committed a crime, but she's not gonna do that. So the same with Ted. I mean, I think it's just like they let Leslie do whatever. I don't know what made him. Maybe he was having a bad day today, and that's why he decided to say something finally with his chest. But a cute little scene. I just don't think anything is really going to come out of it. And then yes, like the new leaf lasted 10 seconds. So you know what, Leslie. It lasted a week. What else can we hope for? And also, you know, I have to whack Ted as well. Like, you know, it's just, you know, he has other children, right? That he could check on, or you know, another person that went through a whole major surgery. But you know, it's fine. that he basically coerced and guilt tripped and withheld his love from. But it's fine.
My word. Okay, I'm totally with it, and I'm curious where this will go. And Eva, Eva was pissed though, because she's like, and she even said with the confrontation with Leslie, like, "Hey, I'm not trying to have you jeopardize this relationship with my father. I finally have a relationship with my father," which is true. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. So no, which is true. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
When has Leslie ever been? Now that they now know each other, when has Leslie ever been a deterrent from him seeing Eva? Like, I don't know how Leslie at this point can ruin that relationship, because Ted is there on, like, even when Leslie has been at her most, Ted has been there for Eva. Like, it's been very clear that he is making an effort to get to know Eva. So Eva's whole outburst doesn't make sense either. Like, it's not even like, yeah, I don't know.
It makes sense. I mean, this scene is proof of that to me, because Ted would have stuck around longer, in my opinion, if Leslie wouldn't have been there. That's how
sure. And I mean, the quality time that they would have spent together would have been like, she's in bed and he's just out in her living room, which again is time spent. But like, I don't know, like Leslie, there's a lot of things that Eva could have said, but the argument that her relationship with Ted would be like completely gone or something because of Leslie just doesn't ring true to me. Would it be a little bit harder? Sure. But it's just like, they work together. I mean, homegirl for some reason hasn't been outside or can't work, even though Kat is up and down the whole neighborhood. But they work together. I'm just saying, like, it's just weird argument to me.
It wouldn't be completely gone, but yes, it would be strained, because it's like, okay, now Ted has to navigate dealing with his crazy ex, where he's telling Eva, like, look, I know that's your mother. I don't want to be around that lady. And then she has to balance, and she's caught between two parents in all of the drama. So yeah, it would just make it a lot more difficult. And that's why Eva is like, mama, like, quit tripping, quit doing the most and stuff. Now, not that Leslie will stop, because Leslie is Leslie, but I'm just saying, I see where Eva's coming from too.
Yeah, because she's like held by this woman, right? It's like, again, if she was really about it, she would just do the right thing and confess, and Leslie would be in jail. But we're here.
I don't know why. For some reason, the way that you said that, all I pictured in my head was Eva tied up in a dungeon somewhere, and you throwing water on her and ringing a bell saying, confess. Confess.
If that's what it takes to get justice for Laura, I mean, so be it.
Okay.
I don't make the rules.
Let's go ahead and move on to the Bill versus Kat scene, because that was so hilarious the way they were going, and both of them were speaking truth about their counterparts. So let's go ahead and get in on that one.
I walked past his office, but he wasn't there.
He's meeting a client at Uptown.
That's what I get for not calling ahead. Well, I'll let you get back to work. Bye.
Not so fast.
What's going on?
You want to tell me why you and all the other women in our family are so determined to make my wife's life a living hell?
Oh.
That was supposed to go into the other one. At least I thought it was. So we're just going to skip right on to it and come back to Dani and the other people.
Hayley having a grand old time spa day when you just got out of the hospital.
Kat, I appreciate your concern, but I am getting sick and tired of the three of you disrespecting her.
What's to respect?
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people feel the same way about your significant other.
You're not seriously comparing Tomas to Hayley?
Yeah. Why not? You mean they both come from less than, right? The gated community was probably created to keep people like them out, and they're both unapologetically ambitious.
I'm sorry, But my man's ambition is to be a top lawyer, to be an excellent son and grandson to his people back in Puerto Rico. Hayley's was to win the side piece to trophy wife Olympic gold medal. Oh, mission accomplished, I guess.
Okay. Well, I have another comparison for you. Okay? Both Hayley and Tomas betrayed someone they love. Hayley completely destroyed her friendship with Naomi by falling in love with me, just like Tomas ruined any chance you'll ever have of forging a real relationship with your half-sister when he got mixed up with Eva.
You're grasping at straws now. Eva obliterated any chance of us being real sisters long before she laid eyes on Tomas. Think, teaming up with her mother to, I don't know, destroy my family?
Damn, you Duprees, I swear. You really know how to hold a grudge, don't you? Hayley has bent over backwards trying to make amends. I'm sure Eva has too. I mean, hell, you gave the girl a piece of a vital organ.
You know, Bill, on most days, you and my dad are like night and day. But one thing you do have in common is your incessant desire for everyone around you to forgive and forget where your indiscretions are concerned.
Come on, Kat. Are you honestly telling me that there's no room in your heart for forgiveness? For grace?
I'm sorry, but some sins are too damaging to be forgiven. Ever.
Diana, you got this one because I know so much is on your spirit with everything that Kat just said.
Yeah,
You just,
I feel like we almost need to like just stop line by line and be like, okay, well, this is where this is embarrassing. I mean, let me just start with this. I think they're both taking L's here because in a way, they're both defending Tomas and they are Tomas. Like, let's just get that out of the way. Like the whole, Bill bringing up him cheating. Like, yes, Kat, that is an L. You are wearing that proudly, and we hate that for you because I like Kat, but that was just so. I don't think I could ever get over her for forgiving that man for doing that to her. And in the same vein, Bill was technically Tomas, so like now you're him too. Like, there's just so many L's. Once you say like, oh, you're just like Tomas, like you might as well just reevaluate your life because I never want that to be me. That's all I could really think about in this scene when I was playing. I'm just like, how Tomas is the one that's like, oh, well, he did it too, and it's like, ooh, yeah, you're right. Like you just never want that comparison, right? Like.
well,
That man.
I guess for me, my thing is that one thing I noticed is how Bill said Tomas and Hayley are unapologetically ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, that for me, that was a stretch to a certain degree because it's like Kat said, Tomas wants to be a top attorney and stuff. What is it that Hayley wants to do? Because I have not heard her go to Bill once to say, hey, honey, I'd like to get some investment money so I can start a business. Hey, honey, I'd like to go back to school so I can study to become an investment banker or an attorney or this or that. All Hayley has done is like, hey, honey, I'm going to use the black card. Hey, honey, I put $200,000 in this account. Hey, honey, there's this awesome dress that I had seen that will look great on me. Can you get it for me? Hey, honey, I need a new wedding ring. Hey, like, girl, what ambition isn't anything that Hayley has ever said to Bill?
She was looking at a vacation house as an investment property.
We running with that.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, ambition is about making effort. Even if we went off of you spilling your water this morning, you're more ambitious than Hayley because you put in the effort to go ahead and clean it up right away. Hayley doesn't put effort into anything, not even trying to kill Bill, because if she did, he'd be dead by now. So where is the ambition? I'm not getting it. at all.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't see any anything there other than her wearing the most outrageous pimp coats in that office and then just being like, babe, drink your tea. Yeah, no, there's no ambition there. So how that comparison was made, not great.
And
The
low key,
whole
Tomas isn't really that. I mean, he's somewhat ambitious. He does want to be a partner in this and that, but if he was truly ambitious, he would have left the firm and did his own thing.
It's true, but they don't see it that way because this is the top firm. If you want to be ambitious, you need to be in this firm. So in that perspective, you know, he is ambitious. You know, Bill's ego, right? He's the top lawyer in the city. So why would you work anywhere else? You work for the best. So I think what other line did he say? Something about respect, right? That Tomas doesn't have respect.
I don't remember the respect part. I'm trying to think. Because like the thing
Or they
that stuck
say people view Tomas in the same way, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, that he doesn't have the risk because of the whole coming from less than, like both of them come from less than. Those gates were really made to keep people like them out, some might say, and stuff. So
Right. Which I don't think it was ever an issue with Tomas, and frankly, not even really Hayley. Like they included her in everything. So that also see, that's why I'm like, I don't know if it was necessarily that. I mean, again, no, it was a stretch, I think, to compare them to that. Because again, I will also be the first to say Kat has been classist towards Eva, right? Just calling her all sorts of names and, you know, saying that she's
boots.
Right. Well, you know, just low class, what else? You know, just again, just very kind of classist language. It's never been used against Tomas or Hayley, in my opinion, right? Especially that side of the family. It's because they literally gave Hayley that job. So I don't know why Bill's thinking like that family or the Dupree family is classist or has shown to be snotty towards Hayley because of where she came from. They're snotty towards her because she ruined a family, like because Bill ran off with her. I think Bill's always just like, why can't you just like? He's like, you really can't let it go that my wife and daughter had to find me caught me sleeping with her. Like, geez, people, move on. And that's kind of like how it is at the end. Like, some things like, wow, things can't really be forgiven, or you really hold a grudge, especially when. You know, Kat was like, I hated Eva before this, like, because she ruined my family. And Bill's like, oh man, you really are holding on to that? Like, yes, I'm sorry. People don't just move on, right? Like she said, like, people, like, you have to be held responsible for the things that you do. But this is why I think Kat's logic is like, it's a good argument, but I think both of them honestly lose just because, like, girl, you forgave that man. You forgave Tomas. Like, you should have dumped him. You should have let Eva, you should have just let trash be with trash. Like, and so that's why this argument to me, it's like, it was good. It's a good back and forth. But ultimately, I think they're both like, Kat doesn't have that strong of a leg to stand on because she is with that man. And Bill doesn't have a strong leg to stand on because he's Bill and all of his indiscretions. I mean, I also think it's interesting that how he treats Kat in this regard. Like, it's just a weird dynamic for me. And I don't say I hate it, this back and forth, or how they go toe to toe, but I do, because I like that in Kat's character, at least, right? She's not afraid to say what's on her mind. She's not afraid to debate you. Some might say she's been doing more debating than the actual lawyer, Naomi, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But it's just like, I don't know. I think Bill was kind of being really real with Kat here. He wasn't really holding back either.
Yeah, I can appreciate that too. Let me see what's the next one. Is that the back to Dani and Hayley? Because that's kind of what I was hoping for. No, that was the one with Eva and Leslie, but we're skipping that because we don't care. Let's see. Okay. Skipping that one too. All right. So what I believe is that this conversation prompted Here we go. I think this conversation prompted them to, the conversation Kat had with Bill prompted her to visit Eva. That's what I think happened. So, let me see here. Let's play here.
Oh, wait, whoa, back up. I must not have heard you right. It sounded like you said thank you.
I did.
Kat, you're the one who saved my life.
And you saved my relationship. Even though you once nearly ruined it, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm not following.
Tomas told me you were the one who encouraged him to talk to me about his feelings after the whole proposal fiasco.
Oh, well, that wasn't a big deal. It only made sense.
He also told me that you said he should have asked my permission before seeking you out or discussing our personal business.
Yeah, I did say that.
For once, we're on the same page.
What did you say to him?
That he needs more male friends to confide in.
Instead of me.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
No, I totally get that. Look, for what it's worth, I really hope you and Tomas work things out. I'm rooting for you too.
I can almost believe you mean that. Well, I guess it helps that you have your hot Isaiah on lock.
He is fine, isn't he?
But like I said at the hospital...
I heard you. This changes nothing. Don't worry, I don't expect us to have sleepovers and braid each other's hair anytime soon.
Just so we're understanding each other.
More and more every day.
The look that Kat made leaving, that's the look where I said, yep, we know where the writers are going with this, because that look was like, oh my God, I got so sad. Yeah, we know where this is going. And I know everybody is pissed.
I mean, not the Eva fans, because guess what? Eva still didn't apologize for anything that she did. So, surprise, surprise, no accountability for anything. This scene was terrible. Like, I think that's when I texted you, like, never mind, I don't like this show anymore. It just doesn't make sense. Like, Kat didn't need to do all this. Like, why is she like, thanks for not sleeping with my boyfriend the second time? Like, what is that?
I told you, I think the conversation with Bill triggered this conversation with Kat and Eva, whether it makes sense or not. But it seems like when Bill said the whole thing, like, you Duprees know how to hold a grudge, that might have, even though Kat didn't show it at the time, it might have got her thinking, like, you know what, maybe I should at least be civil, or a little bit more civil, and extend an olive branch, where it's like, okay, we're not going to be sisters just yet, but let me show you a little bit of grace because you did save my relationship.
See, okay.
Those were Kat's words, not mine, Diana.
And this is why I'm Team Laura and not necessarily Team Kat, because that doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. One, what's so bad about holding a grudge? I don't, why is that a bad thing? I'm sorry, I'm just not going to forget all the bad stuff that you did to me, like, and keep on disrespecting me. Just doesn't make sense to me whatsoever. It's just, why forget? I mean, you could just, we've talked about this before. Like, you can choose not to engage the person, sure, right? And let it be. You don't have to actively be like antagonistic, right? Like, go out of your way to be like, and you did this to me, which is what I think Kat should have been doing in these episodes, instead of just giving Eva the time of day. Like, she should have just paid her dust. The second thing about Eva saving the relationship, no, like if Eva saying like go talk to Kat is what saved the whole relationship, if that's what it hinged on, then it's not a relationship to begin with. But we both knew that, right? Like this is just the writing's on the wall. I would never thank that woman for saving my relationship, because again, like if that's what it hinged on, again, if that is really what saved your relationship, then just call it quits, because that's just honestly pathetic in my opinion.
And on that note,
It's just like you could have, like, if you can't talk to him on your own, then it's not a relationship. Same way with how Ted has to talk
Get
to
other people.
Shanice's, well, yeah, like Shanice's chaperone to be like, well, can I do this? It's not a relationship. Like it's disgusting, honestly, in my opinion, but whatever.
And for this situation here with Dani and Hayley, which we won't play the scene on this one, Dani pretty much blew up the spot by letting her emotions get the best of her. Because after this whole argument, Hayley goes to Bill and is like, what the hell? And then when Bill hears what's going on, and he's like, what the hell? That's why he goes to Dani's house and is like, look, you were the one who was like, you don't want anyone to know. And then Bill makes that crazy ass offer. He's going to make it next week. That was in the previews for next, but anyways, Bill's like, if you don't want anyone to know, why are you talking? Now, also at the same time, Bill needs to say that to himself, because again, he was ready to tell Andre something until he found out Eva and Kat were in the hospital. He was ready to spill the beans, but then it was like, oh, they're in the hospital. That's why Andre's here. This is what's going on right now. Well, let me shut up. Bill had a small ounce of humanity at that time and was like, I'll keep quiet. But it's like, dude, if it wasn't for that, you would have been the one blabbing about it and been fine with blowing your marriage up, because you want Dani back, because Dani puts up with your bullshit. That's why. But yeah, Dani, you got it.
Yeah, I don't know what games Dani is playing at here, because clearly you still love that man. So just maybe look within yourself about this. Not her strongest moment, but she hasn't had a few in a while. So yeah, I mean, I just think I do think it's amusing that Hayley still kind of feels threatened by Dani.
I told you that in the thing with I forgot what episode we had covered. It might have been a season 1 memorable moment or whatever, but it was just kind of like Hayley has that ego, like, why would you want her? And Hayley even said that when her and Dani were arguing, like, he has something young now in this and that. And Dani's like, girl, you the one doing my old tricks. He got you role playing what we used to do. How are you the baddest? So that's why it was just a whole lot of back and forth. Hayley thinks that she is the creme de la creme, and that Bill will always desire her more than Dani because Hayley is the younger model. And it doesn't compute to her, like, how can Bill still want Dani when he has me? That's what a lot of this is about.
About ego?
Yeah. I think everybody's ego. That's because Dani went off and let Hayley get under her skin too and said what she said. Then it goes to Bill, which Bill is enjoying every moment of this. And then he's going to Dani. And even though he's trying to, quote unquote, reprimand her or chastise her or whatever for what she said, in the same breath, he still wants to be with her and connect with her again on a sexual level. Make it make sense.
Well, now they're having, what was it? There's like a really terrible episode where they're just showing like how ran through they are. They're like, well, I've already done this and I've already done, Hayley's trying to like, did you really do that with Dani?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what is that?
Like they putting the resume on view for everybody to see.
Like, we don't need to know, y'all.
Oh goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the final scene. And this was the scene that made the entire episode because this is what we needed. So let's go to 3354. That's right quick. Here we go.
I really want you to get this. I could not care less about teaming up, befriending, or doing anything with your crazy tail. In fact, Leslie, from here on out, when you see me, instead of rushing over to start some asinine conversation that I did not sign on for, how about you just keep it moving?
Okay, Miss Thang. I tried to be your little friend, but now you've made me your enemy. You know, you might want to ask around about how people end up who cross me.
Careful who you threatening, bitch. I'm not some mousy Dupree assistant. If you ever make the mistake of coming for me, best believe I give as good as I get.
That was what we needed. That was exactly what we needed. Because when she grabbed Leslie's arm as Leslie was leaving and brought her back, she said, I'm not a mousy Dupree assistant. She said, girl, we can take, basically translation, we can take this to the streets. Anytime, any day, I got you. That's what that was. And I loved every minute of it. And I'm sure the people who might hate Hayley in this moment or might hate what's going on the show stood up for this one brief moment to say, wow, somebody really stood up to Leslie. Like really stood, like, girl, try it. You picked the right one today. Try it. I dare you. So I like this type of energy. Dani, you got it. Hold on. Are you on, Diana? I think.
Oh, sorry, I muted myself. No,
I was like, what's going on?
yeah. This was good energy. I think. Okay, I'm sorry. I guess I still have to complain, y'all. Like I think the problem with this is that, like, why are this just to me shows how the Duprees really don't have that dog in them, because look at Leslie. She's not remorseful at all for what she did to Laura, right? For all the actions that she's done. And, you know, you have Eva. That's what Eva's defending, by the way. You know, just to make that clear, that is who Eva is ride or die for. So until that day happens where Eva turns her in, still stay on her neck. But I mean, I think that's like kind of the point of contention here too. Is just that, like, you know, Leslie just gets away with whatever because there's no one there to stop her. And technically, Hayley, like, both of them are villains. This is the problem. And I'm using like villains in quotes just because it's like this has been such a slow burn for them getting caught on doing, you know, on all the bad things that they've done. And, you know, even then, Leslie's had redemption arcs and, you know, she's been humanized and all this. So that's what's like the frustrating part still. Like, this was this a good moment? Yes. But like overall for their characters and their relations to the Duprees, just not a fan of how it's been going, I guess, in terms of like why they're here, right, as adversaries. But who do you think though would win, I guess, in this scenario, right? Like who should we actually be more afraid of? Is it Leslie or is it Hayley?
I say Leslie still, because Leslie is crazy. And don't get me wrong, people forget Hayley is literally from the streets because she grew up with Randy in Philly. I'm pretty sure it was Philly where she grew up at. And Hayley is about that life too. You already see how she's willing to kill Bill.
Mhm.
You know, even though she hasn't accomplished it yet, but these are minor details. But she's still willing to kill him and do the things that she's done just to get the payout. Her killing someone wouldn't be difficult for her. I don't see that being an issue. What I do see being an issue is if it's sort of like, well, who would get who first? And with Leslie, I believe if Leslie feels even more threatened, she'll go after Hayley first. Also, I want to add too, this is the difference between the Duprees and someone from the streets. Because for the Duprees, if Leslie had said that to one of them, they might go run to Jacob, or they might do this, or they might do that, but they won't do too much, because that is sort of like when they go low, we go high, is a Dupree model. Like, we have an example to set. With Hayley is like, F all that. If you go low, I'm going to hell. we gonna go as low as we can go
which I appreciate.
Not in the picture.
Which I appreciate. I love that kind of energy. I really do. So that's why it's just kind of like, damn, the Duprees don't even have like someone on the police force that they could buy off to what, you know, it's just only Joey has a claim on that market with Marcel. Like, that's what's kind of ridiculous to me. But yeah, no, this is a good moment. And I wonder who's going to be eating their words, I guess, in the scenario. This has me thinking that it's going to be Hayley or Leslie that kind of has the last laugh.
I believe that, but also this better not be another bait and switch either. It better not be a thing of, oh, well, we had this, and then you don't hear about it again until 2028. So it's like, we need to jump on this within the next 2 weeks.
True, but I can also see this going, though, is that, like, you know, again, Hayley gets caught or something, right? And Leslie just hears about it while she's having, like, her morning coffee, and she goes, well, you know, can't say I didn't warn you, or, you know, can't, like, kind of being happy that whatever happened to Hayley. So,
I don't necessarily think that'll be the case. I think Leslie might play a part in Hayley getting caught. That's what I think. I mean, because again, don't forget also the other thing, this is the other reason, and this just now hit me too. This is the other reason Hayley probably won't win this, even though Hayley does have money, but it's not her money. Leslie has money. Leslie can hire investigators and stuff like that. Anything Hayley does, Bill will eventually see it. Like, just like when she moved all that money to that account, like closed one account and moved it to the other one, and she used the excuse of, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just clicking a button and stuff. But still, Bill has visibility on things, and he will eventually see it. With Leslie, all her money is her money, or should I say the Dupree's money that goes to her. But Leslie has resources now. It isn't just, oh, I'm a woman with the motorcycle. It's, I'm a woman with the motorcycle and a trust fund war chest, I guess you could call it, or whatever, that can deploy it at any time. And Marcel is her boo right now. So it's like, Leslie has the cards are in Leslie's favor.
true. I mean, though, I think I don't know about Marcel. I don't know if I would count on him, but yeah, no, I think that's a good point. I think, you know, I thought you were gonna go a completely different direction, though. I thought you were gonna be like, well, you know, Hayley has Randy, so that's already yeah, she's not starting out as a winner.
Leslie can give him a lifetime thing to that restaurant where he can get all the turkey wraps he wants. Once he gets that, he's gonna be like, okay, Leslie, you can take her out. That's
right.
It. Lifetime supply of turkey wraps. Randy won't do anything.
Not the lifetime. I think what's the other thing I was going to say though about Hayley? Man, I just forgot. But yeah, no, I whatever. I agree with you. I think Leslie does have the upper hand, just by the mere fact that she's not going to plan things out just like Hayley is. Hayley's more methodical about things. You know, she's smart, but you know, that can only get you so far when someone's so unpredictable like Leslie is.
Yeah, Leslie will make a move. I'm waiting to see what wig she's ready to pull out where no one can recognize her. Because I know she's got one. Hopefully we'll get a new character.
Yeah, and I mean, it also doesn't help that Hayley is just. You're talking about private investigators and all that. Like, just follow her for one day, and she'll be like talking to Club Sandwich and be like, "Do you have more poison? You know, the poison with Bill, like just at the restaurant." So it's they're Hayley's not making it hard if someone really wants to find out.
Yeah, speaking of Bill and stuff, I will say that whole scene with Bill just rang me well. But anyways, I'm trying to get to the next. There we go. So this here, let's just play this next week's thing.
Next on Beyond the Gates.
Eva already won over my dad, my boyfriend, and now she finally got to you too.
If I can keep our last little escapade a secret, then imagine what I can do with future ones.
There will never be another.
Never say never.
I already know, Danny. The secret's out.
Is there something you want to share with us, Danielle?
I'm determined that the next time Bill gets symptoms, he will end up in the mortuary instead of the hospital.
What the hell is happening to me?
Can this man kill over now?
It's gonna be a very Bill and Danny centered week.
Because I'm ready, and also I'm ready for Nicole to call out Danny too. Because I hope that's the secret they're talking about, the whole Bill and Danny thing, and not some other nonsense. But yeah, the cat. What?
Wait, sorry, you just triggered me into thinking. Oh, y'all, this might. Yeah. This might be the bait and switch. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
And then the Kat and Eva thing, that will be interesting because, like, okay, Kat, you were just being cool with her this week, and now next week you're upset because her and Chelsea did because it's about, because I read the things for next week, what each episode should be about, and it's something about Eva did the stream with Chelsea, because remember, Kat was the one who told Eva to be like, oh yeah, you can do, not Eva, told Chelsea, oh, you can do something with Eva, but just leave me out of it. And I take it that it went really well because clearly Kat's upset about it, and I'm just kind of like, huh? So yeah, but the biggest thing I want is the whole Bill thing to come to a close. I want Bill to fall out so they can really, really dig into his blood work and be like, okay, dude, you're being poisoned. And once they figure out he's being poisoned, there's only one culprit. That's it. There's no one in Bill's circle. That's the other thing Hayley messed up on too. There's only one culprit that would do it, and it would be Hayley. Now the gag would be if Hayley could find a way to pin it on Leslie, to be like, you know, Leslie wanted to kill Bill all the time after what he did to her and Eva back all those years ago, and Leslie's been planning it and doing this and doing that, and maybe Kat will plant some evidence in Leslie's hotel or whatever, and then get it pinned on Leslie. If Leslie got arrested for the attempted murder of Bill, I would be laughing my ass off. That would be good script writing right there. If Hayley was able to get it pinned on Leslie, that is good script writing. But, you know, Diana, you got it.
Yeah, that would be really good, but I don't think Hayley set it up enough to do that. Yeah. And by Hayley, I mean the writers, right? Because it's not like Leslie has been in Bill's circle, you know, or around him in a hot minute. So it'd be like, oh, it was her.
Leslie will always have a motive. And that's what it comes down to when they're doing investigations. Who has a motive? And she's made it clear plenty of times in front of everybody that you took my daughter's chance away from her for a good life. Like, she's always called out Bill for that.
She has. I mean, no, you're right, but I think it's just more so like eventually it just doesn't make sense. You know, like, she hasn't been around him. It's not like she's touched his food or anything. You know, it's not, unless if she got, I would believe it, for example, if she got a job at Uptown, like as a chef, you know, like if they started playing that, you know.
Yeah,
but right now it just doesn't make sense.
Or if she used her considerable money to pay people, where she's hired someone to see what Bill does on a daily, where he eats at on a daily, and found a way to infiltrate his food supply and do that. Or get someone into his office to drop the poison into his alcohol or whatever. Or, like I said, I feel there could be a way, if I sit down and think about it, I feel like there might be a way to work it and still get away with it. But that would have been, I just wish that would have been amazing if they went that route. Like, had they really, really, really set it up and stuff, having her do it through third parties and everything. Or Hayley might point to Leslie and say, Leslie told me to do it. It could be that too. Leslie blackmailed me into doing it. I didn't have a choice. I think there's a few avenues that could have been taken, but the writers didn't go for it. So yeah.
That would be good if they somehow blame Leslie. I mean, I was thinking, sorry, the thing that I had a realization about was, I was like, is Dani really going to tell her parents that she slept with Bill? That she like ruined her relationship? But I'm realizing she's probably going to tell them about Chelsea.
Maybe, but
well, because I don't think they or not Chelsea, Naomi. They don't know that Naomi has the gene.
Yeah, I think Naomi wanted to tell them that. I could see her telling them about Bill because because of everything that's going on. But then again, it's like, well, if she tells them, she'll have to tell Andre, because it's like if Nicole knows, Vanessa knows, and now Vernon and Anita know at this point, and also Pamela knows. You
just
might
a newsletter. Just write a newsletter about it.
That part. You might as well just tell Andre. So yeah. That's all I have on that. Next week should be interesting, but I'm glad that Friday was a better episode than Thursday, because they were really, really losing me.
I think they heard you and they're like, he's gonna pull up with some Arm & Hammer and shut this down.
I still have the car gassed up. Don't get it twisted.
Exactly.
Goodness. All right. Well, this was a nice little episode. We enjoyed covering this. Looking forward to next week. I think we're supposed to be doing, isn't your schedule a little bit wacky next week?
Yeah, next week it's gonna, this might be a one-man show for a few episodes. We'll see. Oh, well, yeah, I'll just say this. I'll actually be in DC. I'm gonna be live, reporting live from behind the gates. And I have nothing. I don't actually know what I'm gonna be doing day from day. I did not plan this trip. I don't even think I can point to DC on a map. No, I can. No, I can actually. I don't even know what time I'm getting there. Like, I truly just do not care about this trip and have not looked at the weather. I have not packed. I haven't taken the time off work yet. Just, it's all vibes, yo. Truly nothing matters.
Well, we will figure it out. If we're able to get you in, if you have to dial in, Diana, I'm fine with that too, with just calling in versus having an internet connection. Then that's totally cool. If you're not able to make it, then yeah, I'll solo it for the 2 or 3 days and stuff. Whatever works, we'll figure it out. But the solo episodes will definitely be shorter because we won't have the banter to go back and forth. Unless I pretend to be you during the episode and do that, and then I have a conversation with myself, but one of them being you, then that can work too, I think, maybe.
Okay, Deanna. You're just talking to my ghost. You're just like, I did it.
Or I could just take all of our episodes and put them into AI and be like, okay, AI, I need for you to be my co-host based off of everything that you've analyzed. Can you emulate Diana, please?
Oh,
and then we might try that too.
I hate that so much. I hate that. I don't think I've ever hated an idea more.
So we'll figure it out. I'm totally cool with whatever. Yeah, so everyone, it has been a blast. Thank you so much for all of the support. It's meant a lot because this channel is just now 3 months old and we have accomplished so much on YouTube and also on Spotify too, which for some reason, our #2 region for the past week or two has been Japan. So I guess arigato to the people in Japan. Love you, appreciate you. I didn't know that anybody in Japan was into Beyond the Gates. Maybe as somebody on a military base, possibly, I'm guessing. If not, if you are pure born Japanese, we love it. We come one, come all. It is the motto here. So yeah, thank you, Japan, for the support. But definitely on YouTube, we appreciate all the love, the comments, the likes, the subscribing, everything you've been doing. It means a lot to us. It really, really does. So yeah, Diana, did you have anything before we close out?
No, nothing for me.
Okay, well, sweet everyone. We love you. We appreciate you. Until next time.
Bye.